The banana represents the living tissue of the coral polyp. Using a pen or a straw, poke a hole into the center of the banana. We are building a coral with 6 tentacles. These are hexacorals. There are also corals with 8 tentacles that are octocorals. The coral polyp uses its tentacles to capture food, plankton, that is floating by in the water. Use a toothpick to poke 6 holes into the banana surrounding the central mouth. Then insert Twizzlers or pretzels or carrots like I did for 10. When the polyp settles on a hard substrate like a rock or a skeleton of another coral reef, the polyp secretes a sticky substance to help it attach. We are representing this by using jam. We are gonna place the jam onto the Ritz cracker. We are adding sprinkles to represent zooxanthellae. They are plankton, tiny algae that live on corals and have mutual beneficial symbiotic relationships. They both benefit from this relationship. The tiny algae gives nutrition to the coral, and the coral provides protection in this. Coral reefs are underwater structures that are created from various marine skeletons, corals being the main component of coral reefs, which is why they're called coral reefs. In our presentation today, we show coral polyps, which are very important to the coral community. Coral reefs are important in various ways. One way being that they protect and guard the coastlines. They also create local job opportunities for people in need of them and many recreational activities as well. Coral reefs are in danger all over the world. This comes from many reasons such as pollution, overuse of activity in that area, overfishing, and very others reasons. The reason why it's important to save the coral reefs is because they're a huge ecosystem to many living things in our world. Coral reefs are among the highest ecosystems of biodiversity, even more than tropical rainforests. That makes them an even more important ecosystem to our society. Coral reefs are animals, not plants. The main reason for this is that they do not make their own food. They get their food from other sources. This source is credible because it comes from the U.S. Department of Commerce and the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration. It goes into detail about how coral reefs are, in fact, animals and not plants. One of the reasons being is that they do not create their own food. They eat food that is processed by other things. This source comes from the Natural History Museum, which makes it very credible. It talks about why coral reefs are important to our environment. This source comes from Columbia University with several scientific people in the biology area of study, and they are talking about how coral reefs are being lost currently and how they are in danger. This source gives a little bit of background of what coral reefs are, and it is an ecology and geography website, which makes it credible with the topic that we're dealing with. This source gives a lesson plan on how to build a coral polyp. It comes from the California Academy of Sciences, which is very credible, and because it is for teachers and specifically for building plans.